भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter, Narada's instructions on Srimad Bhagavatam, text number 17. Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer bhajan apakva atha pate tataha yadi yatra kva va abhadram abhut amushya kim kaha vartha apta abhajatam swadharmataha tyaktva sadharmam charanambujam hare bhajan apakvo tapate tatho yadi yatra kvava bhadram abhut amushyakim ko varta apto bhajatam swadharmataha tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer bhajan apakvo tapate tatho yadi yatra kvava bhadram abhut amushyakim ko varta apto bhajatam swadharmataha. त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मं चरणाम्बुजं हरेर् भजन्नपक्वोत त्यक्त्वा, having forsaken swadharmam, one's own occupational engagement, charanambujam, the lotus feet, harehe, of Hari, the Lord, bhajan, in the course of devotional service, apakvaha, immature, atha, for the matter of, patet, falls down, tataha, from that place, yadi, if, yatra, whereupon, qua, what sort of, va, or, abhadram, unfavorable, abhut, shall happen, amushya, of him, kim, nothing, kaha, kahava artaha, what interest, aptaha, obtained, abhajatam, of the non-devotee, swadharmataha, being engaged in occupational service. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Srila Prabhupada. Translation: one who has forsaken his material occupations to engage in the devotional service of the Lord may sometimes fall down while in an immature stage, yet there is no danger of his being unsuccessful. On the other hand, a non-devotee, though fully engaged in occupational duties, does not gain anything. Please repeat the translation. One who has forsaken his material occupations to engage in the devotional service of the Lord may sometimes fall down while in an immature stage, yet there is no danger of his being unsuccessful. On the other hand, a non-devotee, though fully engaged in occupational duties, does not gain anything. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. As far as duties of mankind are concerned, there are innumerable duties. Every man is duty bound not only to his parents, family members, society, country, humanity, other living beings, the demigods, etc., but also to the great philosophers, poets, scientists, etc. It is enjoined in the scriptures that one can relinquish all such duties and surrender unto the service of the Lord. So, if one does so and becomes successful in the discharge of his devotional service unto the Lord, it is well and good. But it so happens sometimes that one surrenders himself unto the service of the Lord by some temporary sentiment, and in the long run, due to so many other reasons, he falls down from the path of service by undesirable association. There are so many instances of this in the histories. Bharata Maharaja was obliged to take his birth as a stag due to his intimate attachment to the stag. He thought of the stag when he died. As such, in the next birth, he became a stag, although he did not forget the incident of his previous birth. Similarly, Chitraketu also fell down due to his offenses at the feet of Shiva. But in spite of all this, the stress is given here to surrendering unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Even if there is a chance of falling down, because even though one falls down from the prescribed duties of devotional service, he will never forget the lotus feet of the Lord. Once engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, one will continue the service in all circumstances. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that even a small quantity of devotional service can save one from the most dangerous position. There are many instances of such example in history. Ajamila is one of them. Ajamila, in his early life, was a devotee, but in his youth he fell down. Still he was saved by the Lord at the end. That's the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Agnanatimiraandasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Nena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namavam Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are seeing this series of verses, Narada Muni's instructions to the great Vyasadeva. So if you see in this previous verse, the Supreme Lord is unlimited. Only a very expert personality retired from the activities of the material happiness deserves to understand this knowledge of spiritual values. Therefore, those who are not so well situated due to the material attachment should be shown the ways of transcendental realization by your goodness, though descriptions of the transcendental activities, through the descriptions of the transcendental activities of the Supreme Lord. So Narada Muni is encouraging his disciple Vyasadeva to describe about all good personality, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because by doing so, what is telling here? So should be others, by doing so, others will be benefited. Those who are not so inclined to devotional service because of their various material attachments. So that is the duty of great saintly persons, devotees of the Supreme Lord. They are always compassionate to common living entities. Because it's not that, okay, I became perfect, I benefited through this path, so I leave myself. It's not that. So paradukha dukkis, they are always afflicted with the miseries of other living beings. So thus, even though Vyasadeva had compiled all the Vedic literatures, he is not satisfied. That is the time Narada Muni arrives, knowing his disciples' condition. So that is his power of spiritual master. So there is no barrier. So seeing his disciples' condition, sincere, because he is very sincere in his attempts, so he arrives there and he instructs Vyasadeva. So because You should write exclusively on these activities of the Supreme Lord. Exclusively. Not that demigods, other things, that benefit, this benefit. No, exclusively. Exclusively write about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such descriptions will bring a revolution in the hearts of the conditioned souls. So, like that in today's verse, if you see, that's what he is telling further. Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer bhajan apakvota patho patet yatho tato yadhi. So he is telling, by doing so, tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer. So by these descriptions, one will be encouraged to give up all these temporary occupational duties. What are the temporary occupational duties? Here it is written here in this purport. So one may be, so every man is duty bound, not only to his parents, family members, society, country, humanity, other living beings, even to the demigods. Not only that, but also the great philosophers, poets, scientists, etc. List is very big. So one is, so he is forced to do many occupational duties. So he is indebted to his parents, other living entities, demigods, and saintly persons. So from everybody we are getting benefited, because parents, they give the birth, they will take care of you, they will educate you. So like that, because they are giving lot of service to you, and automatically you are indebted to them. So other living beings, you are in the society. It's not that you are standalone person. So there will be many persons, your friends will be there. They will be also helping you in various ways. It can be an education, it can be any skill development, anything, your character. So like that, many people will be helping. And other living beings, demigods, why? Every day we are taking so many facilities. Without this universal management, you cannot live, not a moment. Because for your living, you need air to breathe. So if you don't have proper air, all the effect of corona, what will happen? They will die. So you will be taking freely so much air, so much sunlight, so much light, everything, water, facilities, everything. So like that, even for demigods, you are indebted. Of course, that immediate dependent is on government. Government is also giving, because demigods are supplying. Demigods also supplying, because that ultimately by the Lord's order, they are also supplying. So like that, demigods, you are indebted. Not only that, also you are indebted to great philosophers, poets, and scientists. So we are also taking advantage, through gadgets, so many appliances, so many things. And philosophers, they are giving good philosophy. You are taking advantage. You are developing your spiritual life. So like that, for science and philosophers, also you are indebted. So like that, various categories, you are indebted. But what is the today's verse is saying? Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer. So you are duty bound to so many categories of living beings. And not only, living beings. So, but here it is tyaktva swadharmam. You can relinquish, you can give up all these so-called dharmas. When? Only when you take shelter of Lord Hari. Charanambujam harer. Bhajan apakvota patet tato yadihi. So in the similarly, here it is telling tyaktva swadharmam. Similarly, Lord Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, the final conclusion, sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja. So he also stressing, Lord Krishna is stressing personally, after enlightening Arjuna through various topics like karma yoga, gnana yoga, dhyana yoga, all these things. Then finally he is giving that paramam guhyam, that main, that utmost, the paramam guhyam, the topmost confidential knowledge is giving. What is that? Manmana bhavamad bhakto. Then again, sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam raja. So after giving up all the duties, what he is saying, stressing, mamekam sharanam raja. It's not that you give up and you can relax. No. So that is the problem. No, that spiritual life means somebody is understanding. Yes, you can relinquish, you can retire from all these duties, and you can go to some place else. Some other pilgrimage I can live. But not only that, he is Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. What is the symptom of surrendering to Supreme Lord? Need to follow His instructions, need to help others also follow Lord's instruction. That's what Narada Muni is telling now here. So not only they are perfected beings already, but they are worried about other beings, other common living beings. They want to help them. So that is the main duty. Once after giving up all so-called duties of the material world, you need to depend on the Supreme Lord. You need to surrender. The symptom of surrender is you need to follow His instructions fully. Not that one here, one there. This I like, this I don't like. No. That is known as logic as Ardha Kukutinaya. You know that Ardha Kukutinaya? So hen. So one farmer is, that he is growing that poultry, hens. So he felt that, so that front part, it is expensive because it is eating. Nicely it is eating. But it is giving daily one egg. So I don't want that front part. I want only rear part so that I can get eggs daily. So he cut off, he chopped that first part. What happens? No egg, no hen. Finished. So like that, so that is the danger. If you surrender, it's not that I like only this part, I don't like this part. There may be some, it is meant for somebody else. No, that's what some philosophy says. So Krishna is all good when he was a kid or young. When he is grown up, he is not good. So he is dancing with the damsels, with unmarried girls or married girls. He is dancing, but they don't know that tattva of Krishna. That's what they know. Only Krishna, as baby Krishna is good, but younger Krishna is not good. So that kind of like that Ardha Kukutinaya, that is also. So that is the danger. So when you surrender, you need to follow completely. How that how you can follow instructions? On your own it is not possible. Only through his representatives, peer representatives. So that's what Srila Prabhupada says. He is considered as a via medium, transparent via medium. So once you are following Srila Prabhupada's instructions, then you are automatically following Lord Krishna's instructions. That is the thing. As Narada Muni has, he already perceived Vyasadeva's botheration because of his dissatisfaction, and he came there and gave instructions. Like that, Srila Prabhupada also has no barrier to instruct, to guide his disciples who are sincere to follow Lord Krishna, to want to surrender, want to follow Bhakti Yoga. So there is no barrier for pure devotees. So that's what in Bhagavatam also, it is one verse is there. So similar of this one. So here, why I am connecting this one? Sarva Dharman Parityajya, Lord Krishna told, and again his pure devotee, Narada Muni is telling Tyaktva Swadharmam. It is in same line. Because they don't invent anything. One of the character of devotee is, symptom of devotee is, they don't invent. They repeat what Krishna, what Lord says. So that's what Krishna said, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Here Narada Muni is also telling Tyaktva Swadharmam Charanam Bhujam Hare. You take full shelter of Lord Hari and relinquish all these temporary mundane duties. So that similarly there is, so similarly there is a Bhagavatam verse. It is Devarshi Bhutapta Nunam Pitrunam Nakinkaro Nayam Runicharajan Sarvatmana Saranam Saranyam Gato Mukundam Parihritya Krutyam. Similar verse again. So Devarshi Bhutatma Nunam Pitrunam. There are devas, demigods, rishis, bhutas, living entities, apta, relatives, nunam, other living entities, all are there. But nakinkaro nayam runicharajan, you are no more indebted to them. When sarvatmana saranam saranyam, sarvatmana, with all yourself, not that half surrender. When you can relinquish all these things, when you surrender fully, you should not take it lightly. Okay, it is told I can give up everything, I can roam around. No. Sarvatmana Saranam Saranyam Gato Mukundam Parihritya Krutyam. So the Mukunda who awards the liberation. So to that Mukunda, if you fully surrender, then you can give up. They worship Bhutatmanam, Pitrunam, even that forefathers. No, now it is very popular this month. So, what is that? Pitrupaksha, 1 month. So it is in Shastras also it is there. Pitrupaksha it is there. They need to offer oblations to your forefathers, so that if they are in not good, they are not in gross body, they are still in subtle body or in some other births, so they will get advantage, because what they are doing in the Pitruruna, they are offering that oblation, Pinda. Pinda means offered to Lord Vishnu, that they are offering to that first a devotee of the Lord, through a devotee of the Lord. Then Pitru Devatas, they will come and receive through that pure devotee. That's what Advaitacharya, when he wants to do this Pitru Tarpana, he calls first Haridas Thakur to offer this Pinda Pradhan. So he want to give that offering first to Haridas Thakur. But by birth he is Muslim, Muhammadan. But his character is Namacharya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorifies. Even till the end of his life, he never gives up chanting a strong vow of 3 lakh names. We struggle for 16 rounds, right? So 3 lakh names at the advanced age. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requests, bring it down. No, I cannot do it. So such a strong vow Haridas Thakur takes. And he is keep chanting that holy name. And Advaitacharya invites Haridas Thakur to receive that Pitritarpana. So he asks, why there are so many Brahmanas are there, so many advanced people are there, why you are calling me? What qualification I had? I am not eligible. Because his devotee's character is, true devotee character is very really humble. He don't want to know, he is hesitating. But he tells that just by feeding you, it is equal to feeding many thousands, lakhs of Brahmanas. That is the position of that Sarvatmana Saranyam. So a fully surrendered devotee's position is immeasurable. Unless you hear from Srimad Bhagavatam, then you know their character. So that Haridas Thakur, he gives that Pitruna, that Pitruruna, that is also is there, we can do. But one who is completely surrendered is freed from all these duties. All these duties. So, but what happens? You have given up your temporary duties, you know, and you have taken up this devotional service, and because of your, it may be due to sentimentally accepting, or while executing with due to immaturity, so there is a chance that one may fall down. So how it happens? So fall down, it may be many anarthas. Even while executing your devotional service, there may be anarthas. There may be offenses, because you may be attached to still that anarthas, and at the other hand, you may be committing some offenses. Nama Parada, Seva Parada, so Vaishnava Parada, still more dangerous. So like that, these 3 aparadas broadly, so one may be committing. And moreover that, he may be developing some weeds. What is that? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Puja, Pratishtha, Labha, Kutinati, all these things, they may develop while in service, devotional service. So that is also making him weaker, and he may give up. He is practicing, but he may give up due to all these things. That's what Rupa Goswami also instructs in Nectar of Devotion. So, Achahara, Prayasascha, Prajalpa, Nimagraha, Janasanga, Laulyam, Shadbir Bhaktir, Vinashyati. How one may lose his interest and he may fall down? All these 6 reasons. Achahara, Prajalpa, so, and Laulyam, very greediness, Janasanga, our mainly association, bad association. That's what no, that there are various programs so that people can come and associate, so that they can be freed from bad association. So all these 6 things will Vinashyati, it will destroy, means temporarily they fall down. Temporarily, their devotional service attempts will be covered. But at the same time, Rupa Goswami also ensuring how he can be steady. Utsaha, Dhairya, Nishya, Tat Karma Parvartana. So all these things, with enthusiastically performing your devotional services, Dhairyat, and with patience, Nishayat, very great determination, Tat Karma Parvartana, engaging completely. That's what our schedule starts from Brahma Muhurta till 10 o'clock. That that protection, that zone, protection zone. So once you are there, that 5 hours, 6 hours, then there is a guarantee that you can keep continuing. So even there is a fall down, even during that time. So, but there is no loss, here it is told. Because already you have touched the lotus feet of the Lord. So, you are saved. That's what even a little devotional service to the Supreme Lord, to His pure devotee, it saves you from the greatest dangers. So that way it is, you are not lost totally. So there are fine examples in Srimad Bhagavatam, various things. That's what here it is told, that there are so many instances of this in his histories. Bharat Maharaja, he was attached to a small stag. So because of his attachment, compassion, he is become little loosened in his daily spiritual activities. So then finally at the time of death, he is keep on pondering, thinking about that little baby deer. So what will happen to her? Who will take care? All these things, and he leave his body. Bharata Maharaj is so exalted. But some teachings will happen through, Lord wants to teach us through his pure devotees. It's not that Bharata Maharaj is so easily got attached. It is all Lord's, once again, Lord's intervention, Lord's Leelas. Because he chooses his pure devotees for any Leela. Like Jai Vijaya, he wants to have the tendency of fight. But with whom he can fight? Only his pure devotees. So that is there is a whole scenario made that so that Kumaras trying to enter into Vaikuntha, they are stopped by with gatekeepers arrogantly, and that further cursing, counter cursing happens. Then Lord enters there, he glorifies devotee's position. So all these things will happen. Then finally he accepts. So that Kumaras, the doorkeepers also accepts Kumara's curse, and it turns into a boon only finally, because they are having the opportunity to fulfill the Lord's desire to fight. So they inimically behave with the Lord 3 times in 3 births, then come back to their original constitutional position in Vaikuntha. So like that, here also Maharaj's birth is so exalted, but still that attachment, he wants to teach us, Lord wants to teach us. So how, even we are in our devotion service, how we will be attached to various things, objects, persons, relations. So it may bring down. But what is the result? Bharata Maharaj, even in his next life, he has taken a birth of that stag there, because he is attached. Yam vapi smaran bhavam chedityante kalaivaram. He has taken this same living entity. And he, but his, what is his consciousness? He is always remembering his previous birth, because of his constant devotional service. So, and he always goes where that saintly persons are doing that rituals, homas, and where they are gathering of saintly persons, there only he will be moving. He will not mingle with other stags. So, like that, here we are also, even we are among these living beings, that conditioned living beings, all these things. So when you are aware, when you are conscious of what is our duty, real duty, all these things, you are not affected by our association. Even though you are amidst the many people, even in work, in society, in places, other places, if you are strongly conscious of our real position, then you are not affected. So similarly, one more example, Chitraketu. So ultimately, so in one birth, in his next immediate birth, he will be in stag, deer. So in his once again, one more birth, he is Jadabharta. So there also he behaves like a very dumb and lamb, but he is fully conscious. He teaches to Rahuguna, King Rahuguna. Rahuguna surprises. He thinks that hey, he's just a dumb man. What is he? Very lazy person. Then when he started instruction, though he is surprised. Who is this person? Then he takes immediately, because he is a little pious person, he immediately comes down of the palanquin and he takes shelter of that Jadabartha. Then he takes instructions from him and he gets that salvation. So like that is the kind. Even though he is in that other births, he is never forgotten his consciousness. So like similarly, Prabhupada says that even here in your country, America especially, so all anarthas are there. All intoxication, prostitution, gambling, meat eating, very rampant. Everything is there. Still, they had the opportunity to meet pure devotee Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada gives them credit, because you might have performed some Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada is setting making them understand. You might have taken up this Krishna consciousness somewhere in your previous life. That's what once again you are continuing. Of course, in one more place, one devotee asks Prabhupada, so we are chanting holy name means, is it that Prabhupada says that unless one is purified by taking a bath in holy dhams and by associating devotees, by his good character, it is not possible to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So one devotee asks, is it that we have gone through all these things in our previous lives? Then Prabhupada immediately says, in that circumstance, no, it is my mercy. Because of my mercy, you have taken up. So Prabhupada says, according to that particular circumstance, that person who is asking, what is, whether his ego is there, is puffed up to ask like that. No, Prabhupada says, all the reasons are possible. So one reason is, because they are performed, because here you are seeing this great examples, because you are taken up some Krishna consciousness in your previous life and you are continuing. How come they are attached immediately? They have awakened. Of course, that is because of due to association of Prabhupada, but Prabhupada still gives that example. Because you might have performed some Krishna consciousness, now you are once again continuing like that. Otherwise, where is the chance? In America, so much anarthas, and still some portion of people, they are coming and attached to me. So it is, gives credit to them. So that, like that, even if one more example, if you see Chitraketu. So Chitraketu also, like he is also an emperor. So when he is going in aerial plane, once he sees that Mother Parvati sitting on Lord Shiva's lap, so he laughs by seeing from sky. So Mother Parvati got hurt, because his laughing is having a different meaning, because Lord Shiva is so dhira, and there are many sages are there. In front of them, Lord Shiva is sitting, because he is close to Lord Shiva. In that manner, he laughs. But Mother Parvati took it as a other way. He is laughing sarcastically like that. So Parvati immediately curses him, become a demon. Your conscience is not good. So immediately Chitraketu comes down and fell at the feet of Lord Shiva and Parvati, and he accepts that curse. Because he is going to become a demon in next life, Rudrasura. But still, he is so humbly, so undisturbedly, he takes, he pays obeisance, and with very humbly he goes away. Yes. Then Parvati surprises. So he is not even showed any this thing vengeance because of this curse. No kind of retaliation. Chitraketu is so powerful that, as Prabhupada explains, he can also retaliate. He can also recurse. Such a powerful king he is. He is a devotee also. Lord Narayana's devotee also. But because of that, considering to be an offense, he also accepted. Yes, Vaishnavas only consider me. Let it be. So in Rudrasura, in his next life, how is consciousness? He preaches to Indra. When Indra is, so there is a very strong battle is going on between Indra and Rudrasura. Very nice description, like Bali Maharaja Indra, this Rudrasura and Indra, various ways, how they know that battle is happening. It is not matched by any of the battles, like you see in this movies and all. Such a big battle is happening. So at one point of time, Indra fears, he wants to run away from the battle. Then Rudrasura calls him, why you are running away? Fight and die. See, he is gone. You fight and die. That glory will come to you. If you run away, it is like just like Arjuna, no? Krishna instructs. You also fight and die. Even you die also, there is you have a chance to go back to heaven. Even if die also, you are having a reputation that you fought very valorously and died. Both ways you are take advantage. So Vritrasura calls Indra and encourages him, fight like that. And by any weapon he is not getting dying. So even Vajrayuda also cannot do anything, but he respects that Vajrayuda. It is given, awarded by him like that. He accepts that Vajrayuda to be killed. It can kill. So such a strong consciousness is having. So that's why whatever chance we are having in this life, strongly and seriously, we need to engage in whatever time we get. So because Prabhupada says in his lecture one of them, so death is there immediately, anytime. Not only falling down, death is there. When you are practicing, it is not that you are immortal. Death is there. Death also can come anytime, not only falling down. Death is there. So even death can come at any moment. Still, because of your devotional service, you can remember Lord. Even in worst case, you cannot able to remember Lord. Lord will remember you. That is what in Varaha Purana or some Purana says. So even if you are forgetting Lord because of your inabilities, your old age or incapabilities, all these things, still Lord will remember you because of your service. That is what happens to Ajamila. He commits so many irregularities. Though he is half of the part of his life, he did devotional service very strongly. He is very obedient to his parents. He did a lot of service to Lord Vishnu. But still, because of association with one prostitute, he lost all the good qualities. He sent away his parents. Then he started looting. He started killing also. Because to maintain that prostitute, and he want to continue that life. So, but still Lord is so kind, whatever he has done good, that he considers always. Just like Putana came to kill Krishna, but still he has taken a good part of giving milk to him. He gave a position of nurse. So like that here also Ajamila, though he had committed a lot of committed violations, still Lord has made him remember his holy name. Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. What else require? Antakalecha Mameva Sparanmukta Kalevaram. Ante Narayana Smruti. So our activities, sincere activities in devotion service should lead to that end. That's what no? In Krishna consciousness, he teaches art of dying also. How to die in a proper consciousness. That is possible only because some homework should have been done. It's not that automatically, oh, one round I chanted, it will happen. No. And Prabhupada wants somewhere, it should not be taken it as a, lightly. Because anyway, Taktva Swadharmam, I give up anyway, one may fall down, what is there? And anyway I will be saved. You should not be in that consciousness. You should be with all attempts, with all energy. You need to put in this devotional service. Then by chance, by your previous habits, there is a thing like that, then you will be given a proper consciousness to remember the Lord and you will be saved. That's why I know that Utsaha, Dharya, Tat Karma Pravatana. Always we need to try to, as far as possible, engage with these symptoms. So with full eagerness and that dedicatedness, determination, when you are keep doing, so then you will be guided. So by the causeless mercy of spiritual master. It's not directly by Krishna, only through devotees only it will happen. That's it. Okay. Hare Krishna. Any questions, any feedback? So we'll stop here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.